Memoir Kwaba, Eba, Skeleton Man TV. So, Skeleton Man TV, Anna Wushi. Say, where your first time, Bomodian, subscribe. Mia notification is so. Keke, oh, no, send your video. Pia, ye debetumuno, Abusia. One song sabe can when ye be a sure. Medasi Bebre, Abusia for Ajiman near power near Abusia for host of Power Entertainment Ajiman on any panel members. Almost so many futu Emma Odo Broni Daddy Lumba Odo Broni almost so much 24 so befa dia any on one fan so any Abusia for or noa ni JJJ a futu omudi man and say ebe ya court case or ni Akosua Serwaa omugina no ebe ya onye de won twe no ho ebe ya won twe no ho brel say mia ana me ye den me ba say me so ya worry me enti kuna ne de me den meye bi afi de ma dwene ho ma ye den mejai no onye de won twe no ho brel na enmonyam kakra aka no onye de won fa ni sa enye sa nu okoso eni Akosua Serwaa etwe na abusua judge no ekobu asem no na abusua odifo a enimguase a ebe kanu no wan hwe ya eyie no kura onye den wontumi mmabi nanim be guase papa no mo say Daddy Lumba yire Akosua Serwaa Daddy Lumba wanye den wanfana nkyere wanfana mpiepie ama obi anye den obi anhu se Akosua Serwaa ni o oni ni Daddy Lumba yire wanfana mpiepie but ne nyum bebrebe a otoye no Akosua Serwaa ni din eden ni din wom Odo Broni ni oba chese Daddy Lumba odi ni piepie ye bebi a obehu Daddy Lumba ewo bia no Odo Broni ayeden ewo honu enso ene asem no kopie court no abusiafo wo hwe Ghana fo a support Akosua Serwaa omo dos chen omo support Odo Broni sie kokot honu mu abusua omo eba ebe support Akosua Serwaa no abusiafo omo dos papa yehu group bia omo so ayeden omo bakot honu si yenso ye ba be support Odo Broni yehu bibi saada omo eba honu mu nyina Akosua Serwaa supporters nkwa nti ebe ya Odo Broni yemu a case no wonye den won twe ne ho na enmonyam kakra aka no wonye den won fa ne sa enye sa dia de beto no no abusua eyie no wontumi mmabi mu de mumiem bonwa video no
yeah. I believe sir I strongly believe sir mitie abusua panyin no ne kasa ne interview it means say they did it at the blind side of him. Yeah, that's how I see
like the lawyers did it at the blind side of him
because on say the same lawyers no represented if I say
Odo Broni.
And so therefore I believe because utie mitie abusua panyin interview no ye na or say or not there the okayane from omumienu and tawatawan by and waka se omumienu nyina anye onka babia da. That's how
Mami put it. Even no crampono Sami, there's a problem here. The problem is that there is me who hawa abusiano represented by one law firm no ebe saying etimi I represented a wife like I put it, a supposed wife, quote unquote, because a banner say ye charge na, ye check a Japadian in Yaman. A Bushan will be on one side, and the wife no will be on the other side, representing two different interests. So a banner say na, omu be to me bo mu say, omu representing the same person. There's something there.
Sometimes say. Obi share juma o hwese obetumi execute adwuma no o ti ase o share juma adwuma share kire say eye bibia enye true but wo yire ho say obema na ye no kore eti wo be share but in the course of share no
now
e kwan bi ba be ho ama obi ahu say wa share juma
because only
do be na punchy holes
yes because the moment the contesting person Akosua Serwaa ebe who say you are representing the interests of Abusiano any Odo Broni pedal on technical grounds something has gone bad. I say we win katie no abobuom bibia koboni. How did that happen? na meba adia ato abusuapeni no menyini se ene de na moma yensua ade kakra bi mfiri mu se sasem ba sometimes uyo penia e wo se wo home asem so na wutie afanu no nyina in total like tie ni ye because say this American the moment won eba yepem how abusuapeni eba out no I say he had an agenda because of sir ahenie nsambia nkoye and all that no that's a mabowa to ho and at see seven circle type of thing can say obabi see no krana say na say anything. He said so many things. It was wrong because at that time no adia to abusuanani until you don't come out with vengeance even if inipa no now no wasem and what are you going to do? But my memra enyema AC ewo court no unu majimai me hunu ema na omo kon for Akosua Serwaa na meti o masepa
na omo mo kon for Odo Broni de on ti ase
to boy se me be na ode nipa se mo she nipa num na uyini sa me ma be ye tim Odo Broni tim Akosua Serwaa o me fa me kwan me fa me kwan be be fa
wa fa Akosua Serwaa kwan
say omuna they are be a bit more aggressive, right?
All right.
They are being more aggressive. Into so omuna I will address them.
I don't know what you say.
Okay. Ajimai, it might be a building mema. It might be
sure.
A building a mema.
Of course.
Okay. Because there are times who obey man crampon. Maybe do maybe or about na atoba. You don't even believe in yourself again.
Sure.
Say you can do it. Like you are broken from within.
Then.
At that time, and you were busia and I know more. So I think we're busia no one. To your ban on a head. Now, for some time in the I've been thinking, say, how do you build a superstar like the case of Daddy Lumba? How do you build him?
First, you must realize that indeed the person is talented.
Okay.
So the talent was there.
Okay, Tobo. Wouldn't you say when up and coming artists ebaha, most of them they don't even believe in themselves? Have you realized that?
Even though they have the talent.
Yes, but they don't believe in themselves. What makes them as omokono? They come to believe that and build that alter ego now. And when we say yes, I
obi obem no akachire ni say oye
maybe I'm about to draw something to you. This is the process I had. Ema it probably do sa level no. And they say before somebody to build a superstar like Daddy Lumba. One, also who say a year 1 out of 35 million people. 1 out of 35 million people. Then 2, so you must have an eye to see the talent. So you need the creative energy. But do you know what you need more? You need the silent force.
And that is?
The silent force, no? Any unipana or wo in China or can go assume say
you can make it.
Sami Rasta,
you can do
you
it.
were born to do this. Yeah. You would make it. You will be great. You can be even better than that. And as the person is giving that to you, or draining a life force, even before you meet the record label, he or she is draining his life force or the pugu for you to build to that point.
So in the case of Daddy Lumba?
Yes. So in the case of Daddy Lumba, you realize what I said last 2 weeks. When Charles Kudofosu met Akosua Serwaa, Now he hadn't gotten to that level. So people see Akosua Serwaa na Lumba pa na ni na say no. Do you know why? Akosua Serwaa drained her soul into Daddy Lumba.
And Daddy Lumba is fresh.
Daddy Lumba, yes.
And Osia Boncha number no feeling.
So because you see, you need a silent force. Now that silent force, no, obia, obe G would say you will be Daddy Lumba from Cus Ghns to Daddy Lumba. Two, Nyankopon bon yen say obi bia wa and obi owiase bia no nim. The person fights for himself or herself. So no bedi obi ani wo ti dwane e de hye obi fofra no obi atia o de show no ano. But you see that silent force must say me selfishness in here day etunchen, and I'm going to do everything for your well-being.
If that's the case, then Daddy Lumba wasn't fair to
nobody is talking about fairness. We are only talking about what happened.
No, are you also getting my point?
I do get your point. But you see, I want to let us all understand how the journey from Cus Ghns to Daddy Lumba was orchestrated.
Is it that at the end of the day, if we have the conversation,
of course,
at the end of the day, if you build a musician, no matter what, one day the musician will be ungrateful to you.
Well, say ungratefulness about musicians in there. How many times have we said it?
Not just at the point that Lumba was ungrateful to Akosua Serwaa. Is that what you are trying to say?
It's a bigger conversation, say.
Because
we will narrow it down.
Yeah.
But how many times have we discussed? Say, you pundits so be entertainment hosting. Yeah. How many times have we talked about ungratefulness?
More than 1,000.
And you're not near one of those things. I'm not going to settle on it. But the person can say the lady went through all this. Most of the enyomono contain
Akosua Serwaa.
And so Akosua Serwaa not a muse.
Sure.
MUSE. And near na on any form Odo Ababomun Sem and thank you. You see where Akosua Serwaa was in his life. Like a beautiful painted picture. You can look at it and you'll be singing about it. So writing poems about it.
So in a nutshell, you're trying to say, sir, based on how Akosua Serwaa and I saw the name Kwabetua Madadi Lumba no, Emma and young P free mobile.
Yes, because you see, there will be one person now obetimi attach you so deep. Yeah. Say you become that creative. Sure. That's what we call the muse.
It's a new my enjoy bebre so free Akosua Serwaa.
Yes.
It's sooner or done
the needle. It wouldn't Daddy Lumba, it's like an orchestration, okay, of Akosua Serwaa. And the career was built around the character Akosua Serwaa and her experiences. So when offered them last week about the financial help, the and then you add this one now in the face, say, the silent force now. One say only Lumba am pray fame cry.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, you should be careful about this thing. You must mark it. On my Daddy Lumba, all the limelight.
That space.
Yes. Now people say, why didn't Akosua Serwaa come out early?
No.
Who didn't hear? Mami Chewa there. Okay. So we put the same Diana
within an hour.
Okay. So if she built something
for so many years
from the foundation, okay. Now say she's about to break it up. Now let me show you the effect of the breaking. Now people think say maybe a friend is saying a brand like Daddy Lumba cannot be broken. Oh boy,
it can.
Do you know what will break it?
It can be broken.
Just one allegation. Sure. And the number of male musicians are allegations equum. In fact, me can present Boba Kupedin, but non pakwa frame no catch say what I say. The only thing you need as a male musician now, we are top class musician. say ubetima breaky wo brand now what building for over 20-30 years, you know. It's just one scandal from a woman. Just one.
Just a woman.
Just one. And I said, I didn't know Abama no think I make but me can.
Or Ganani.
Oh, yeah, nipa. Yeah, nipa.
So say why?
Yeah. As I say, now he's reviving it into yourself.
Okay, forget.
Into winning. We must study the woman called Akosua
Serwaa.
Because idea utimi here to build one person over 35 million people
and sustain him
and give the person the limelight as a shine. Take it all.
That no be na that the Lumba say abo ahimrachi no mienu.
Yeah.
Na ontume na ena kokroche no. Yeah. And no yeah na dwen say odwendwen na brabo ho. Do hu ya ne say Akosua Serwaa ba beda picture.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And no dey anyumo.
Yeah.
Nana ni no mienu.
Oh, boss you know me.
Okay, drop.
You see?
Drop. Onya daje dwendwen na brabo ho. Ah, ma me Akosua Serwaa ma feel.
I say I will see. You can say we say go be out here.
Oh yeah.
So come back to the court. And you know, you look at the women who are fighting for Akosua Serwaa. Not because Akosua Serwaa are organized and I say wa mum say some baby bill, but they find themselves in the same situation. Now Onyonko Edane Oda. They understand how when you are building a man, we'll break it down to put the man together. Now, let him become a hero. And then, at some point, whatever you built, no, you are being discredited for. Yeah. So when you see the women at the court now, and they are doing what they are doing now, you should understand them, say, there is something going on now. They feel in tandem with Akosua Serwaa. Adam Dibusi.
That's
Offer
some boy.
Emma be brain so abuama won kunum aye successful ene omo form nyehwe. A lot of women are standing behind their husband. Ama omaye successful. Ameneno. Like they even find it difficult to even get that compassion when a woman.
Ama some girls your man better and no more enjoy.
What you say? And you know it will continue to, maybe they are whatever the outcome of the court case no.
The case is in court. If I ask you to advise a beautiful woman called Odo Broni, what would be your advice?
If I beginning the near come, say, how many years I was spending with Daddy Lumba? And yes, she should be well celebrated as the companion. Ni nearby sinenum pain say now ye no girlfriend or no wa or babe show because ni nyan who don't know whatever Charles Beckner chilling bia no ye. Obia cannot dispute the fact that Odo Broni enye bibi Lumba life for these years. Nobody obia no amenu kan so ye Akosua Serwaa e fanu said you now ka say Odo Broni nye hwe or ye say me no nya adwen. And I mean support also because say aduane nko ampo na no no amani dia waye bibi ama Lumba nya nkwan hodene enti eno sane na wo marka ho enti that alone should be celebrated but the name what is a brena wa breni nyina no e de babe I'm telling you say ye book court to assembly man pa that victory will not reflect in the whole country. Because the signs, the voice of the people is the voice of God. The AC will call to die in the chino. The number of people are who want that kind of recognition for the wife, the first wife now, and then the supposed only wife. No, how Ghana hunu editina Odo Broni war fans wo internet so. Na ye hu say ebia court no e supporting that.
We inform. Eye den na oba na or she kukumu nobody knew her. Has such following.
Yeah.
Because of course, why be anyone?
That's
Odo Broni crowd there.
I'm not sure Lumba showed Akosua Serwaa on
stages. No.
But they were the program.
But share or no. Or it's see I make us be my drama so.
The early stages of 92, 91, we and I.
No, coach. Omwa.
They can be carried one so no.
Coach.
Omwa. No, but the point is that me can't say on my office that.
Oh, that. And your office. Coach, Omwa court then. Omu Haley Akosua Serwaa 1980 and 75 no.
Oh yeah.
They were not even no much.
Ghana.
Yes.
Can go for crowd. And no say Lumba yiri ni.
Yes. When him say unto say that the Lumba we no. Ansa na Akosua Serwaa matete o Lumba nyum no. Me who say ni
That's what I mean.
But unim, I want to advise Odo Broni. No, I feel like I want to advise her. Me share it down. Me who no 101 that day call Lumba we na call 1 week no. Me we keke. That was my first day I met who no feel. But unim baby. She has done well for being with Daddy Lumba at that tender age. Na onim sane ye handle bema. Daddy Lumba ucheni mfiemu mienu a very close to the lady. Etutum se na se ne bra pani bi. But otumine ne tenaye for almost about 15-16 years or whatever. It means or your buy at 10. I would name a fee adie yo. Now what's na be man one na wo enkwadansia. Young woman, you've done well. What me ask you don't say a drew baby crowd go through at a day. But now what you Bounty baby. And a prayer back up. Say Odo Broni unim pa say that the Lumba or ye be man now on it is legon. Or yere wouldn't say friend Akosua Serwaa. I wouldn't pa. She fa sa e buono eni ni die no e mama me no. Sa e buono eni ni die no e mama me no. I watch one of the TikTok programs on moye. And lady be or see a friend Angel e baso beka say na only that yes only that the Lumba twempana e wa bruchiri. Na that the Lumba e ka kire ni say me yire dia Akosua Serwaa fa ni die wo wiase nyina ama no. So nim benanti acha. Ina smart as me no twempana no. So Odo Broni mfa nhye ni trim say nyo no pe na that the Lumba na ne twempana. Onfa nhye ni trim say nyo no kwa na that the Lumba na ne wo eba. Oni ema binum nso esanye. Ti sase ni ono nso oni ni besanye no. Wa hwe no. Ema afri entrase amotra mu baaye no eye dwapade. Ehye mu nyina mo ni munyam. Ye gina court yi ema Daddy Lumba si ye kɔ na yie si ye nkɔ na yie be na yie nyina yie no all because Odo Broni ugina mfimfin sɛ wo ye yere. Tio ugina mu sɛ wo ye yere. Ena eyire onum so ye yire ene enua pani a onim se ne yire Akosua Serwaa no so se wonya yire. In fact me tunifo se opa omyenya asam ni mfiri court na onfa maame ni position ni man se eyire na onchemu because in life all is vanity. Se ohwe ne yekoso okumase after the court no de man ye no a se empo court ni bu asem no mana e be ye den so be kokumase so be kwaye ni bi empo court bu ase oye eyire no nko ye kuna hwe se ukọ obi adishifie na you are not welcome. Ukọ da adishifie na wo mo a ukọ mu fie no enje wuntum. How do you go? Ohwe ne AC no mene no a eye me ma papa me ne be ma ne ye bi oba ono no eware ye no onfa aware no ani mu kuna de ni nyina na mimi remeni as ɛma papa ne mom so ɔtwɛn ebie bu asɛm ne wie na ɛkɔtɔ ne ɛbɛtɔ a ɔnyɛ nigyeɛ ɛnkɔ kumase ayie n'ase saa na mehu
ɛna asɛm no a wɔkaeɛ no meyɛ sure sɛ Lumba kan bi kyerɛ no sɛ mo mfa Akosua Serwaa ɛnia because mene nyinaa na ti fie ɛna masesa ne mfonyini firi fie baako ma ba fie baako mo kyerɛ wo deɛ what am I telling you?
timi deɛ me afutu kakra
What
bi
am
na
I
me
telling you?
I mean, it's
Inti saa asɛm na angel kaeɛ no so on say angel nwom hɔ
yeah
aha ne nwom hɔ mo amunim
angel nwom
Lumba
ɔde bɔ ne kutia
aha nti no ɔno asɛm na ɔsɛ ɔka kyerɛ no no meyɛ sure sɛ Odo Broni ɔte bi wɔ naso
okay
because sɛ wone ne te na wodeɛ mpo no sɛ nka Lumba gyae awareɛ tio wone ne te no mpo ogyae awareɛ ɛna ɔwaree wo ɛna ɛdeɛ ne bɛka kyerɛ ɛdeɛ ne bɛma Lumba de still the pictures ɔbaa no a wagyae na awareɛ no
ɛda so tatare dɛ
pictures ɛda so ɛda wo ne ne matrimonial home it says it all the kind of a year na Lumba even after a mmaa bi a ɔfaa no wakyi nyina no he still recognizes the contribution of nti o sɛ nsɛm a Lumba ka wɔ ne nnwom nyinaa fa nkɔfoɔ ho no ɛyɛ Akosua Serwaa deɛ na close da ho obi a Lumba de no bɔ nnwom biara no ɔ appreciate ni biara wɔkan bia ba Akosua Serwaa nko adeɛ deɛ close da ho close no ne sɛ
wabrɛ
mɛma mu remfi no da no kyerɛ sɛ nɛ Akosua bɛdane ne bo nsam koraa da still appreciate her da no
nti woyɛ ɔbaa bi a wɔne watwe mpena
da
Akosua Serwaa deɛ
da ɛyɛ da ɛno da forever and ever that is what it means sɛ Akosua Serwaa deɛ mamu remfi ni da that means forever and ever if you want to say something about Lumba don't forget Akosua
Serwaa